Hello, and welcome to a brand new campaign run by me with 4 players I met on Roll20. The campaign is Tomb of Annihilation, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the Forgotten Realms. Our players and I have never played D&D together, and some are playing for the first time. So don't take anything personal if we don't use rules or the books as written. The point of the game is to use the rules as guidelines to create an amazing story with friends, and I think we have done that. We have an Aasimar Warlock, a Triton Wizard, an Aasimar Paladin, and a Dwarven Monk taking on their first quest together against the Death Curse, a powerful curse in the land denying resurrection magic and slowly withering away those who have been resurrected. They will head to Chult, a land of mystery and danger, discover clues, and take on expeditions funded by gold won through quests, arena battles, and looting innovation places. So without spoiling anything, take a seat, remember that the audio and visuals mature and get better, and remember that all heroes have their beginnings, and this is theirs. So welcome to our Tomb of Annihilation campaign, starting now.
Yep.
So, picking up from where we left off, you had sailed to the island of Chult on your first quest together to deal with the Death Curse, a powerful magical curse that is denying people the ability to come back from beyond the grave. Something that the wealthiest of kings and most powerful of heroes have been able to accomplish ever so now and then, now denied to them and putting civilization at risk. You've all come to Port Nianzaro, dealt with pirates, taken on a couple of quests here and there, some odd jobs, made some money, met the merchant prince Wakanga Otamu, who is in charge of the provisioning and creating of magic items within Chult. He's offered some aid, but you've also spent some time now recently looking for a lead on how to find the pirates that have been plaguing Port Nianzaro recently. You've taken some leads, you've tracked some people down, made some moves, but at the end of the day, you have found yourselves in the Colosseum of the Great Port Nianzaro. Within the Melee tournament as first-timers, you've staked in 10 gold pieces for the team and have already won your first match, and now await within this massive basement with different shops of people creating swords and armors, some people tending to wounds, and other people lining up waiting for their turn to run up those stairs, run into the gauntlet, fight, and come back out, who have all been waiting patiently for about 5 or so minutes and have been given the allotted time that about 20 to maybe even 30 minutes will be your next bout. Not enough time for a full short rest, but enough to collect yourselves, create a strategy, and prepare for this your final match for the day. So, with that being said,
right.
amongst the other fighters, what would you all like to do?
Would it be possible to find someone to heal us up?
Yeah, I want to look to see. Start yelling out for a healer. Is it a healer, cleric, anybody?
That's possible. Why don't
Potions?
you guys give me an investigation check?
Just one of us or all?
Yeah.
Let's say if
What?
everyone in the group is looking for him, you guys can make a united check.
Investigation.
You have advantage on Bud.
Oh, my bad. Well, let's take the left one. Left one's the first one. So I did a terrible investigation check. We should go normal.
Wanna throw? There we go. Cool.
Excuse me.
Okay. So, as you're all like taking some time, just looking through the crowd, looking for healers, anyone who could provide something like that, you go vastly it's very uneventful. Not many people here have even one on their team, either a cleric of a certain priestly deity, or even casual healers. There seems to be some survivalists out there, but eventually, you see a man who's tending to someone's foot. And after wrapping this very nasty gash in the man's foot, he seems to be offering him different herbal medicines. And you approach, and you see this dark-skinned Cholton with his hair tied into a bun. He looks older, if not maybe in his 50s, somewhat wrinkled hair, and he's just putting together. He has water being heated. He has a bunch of different herbs that he's mixing into a mixing bowl. And you approach.
You approach Owen?
Excuse me, sir.
He turns slowly.
Hi, I can't help but notice you're tending some of the wounded here. My group seems to have obtained some injuries from our last bout, and we don't have a whole lot of time. Do you have more short-term services available?
Looking at you, he doesn't say a word. He seems to be. He has a piece of food stuck in the right side of his jaw. As he's looking at you, he's slowly sucking on it and seems very curious about everyone in your group. And he looks at each one of you.
Mm-hmm.
He gives a quick glance at everyone, analyzing. I can tend to you, but it is only temporary.
How temporary?
I am a meager man. As he starts to chew on his whatever he's consuming, and goes to his pouch and brings out what looks like a medicine kit. I can give basic needs to cuts, lacerations, bruises, but
Nothing that can immediately get you up and prepared for a fight.
Oh, you'll be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I don't know how much time you'll have left. In about 10 minutes, I can tend to one of you.
Thank you. Sorry, what's that? Yeah, well, that's better. That's definitely helpful. I say.
So we have about 20 minutes.
Which one of you needs the most care?
Well, me and Boldia have the same amount of health.
Dolder.
Sorry, my bad. Doldia.
And he walks over
say...
to his pack. He starts pulling out some jerky and sticking it into the corner of his mouth.
Let me.
I think Doldia should probably, because he's more likely to be in the front lines and more likely to be hit.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't feel too good, guys.
Yeah, you don't look so good, buddy.
Yeah.
How much healing does this do? Because maybe I can heal one person and he heals the other. So I think I.
It'll depend on the severity of the wounds. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, I say we do with Dolder.
Yeah, go ahead, mate.
And based on what he does, I'll see if I can help somebody help some one of you guys out.
Thank you greatly.
Well, we could see if we can. We could look around and see if we can find someone else while he's tending to Doldia.
True. Would ask him. Is 10 gold a tip? Is that an insult? We appreciate your service and help. Would that be?
I'm not a cleric. For 3 gold, I will tend to you, man.
Thank you kindly. I pay him. I pay the man.
Guys, he accepts the payment, brings it into his pouch, wipes his hand with this somewhat dirtied cloth, brings Doldir over to a crate that he has as a seat next to the bed of the man he's already tending to.
Maybe we look for somebody selling potions since we found only one cleric or healer. Maybe we can find somebody selling potions instead.
Yeah, let's take a look around.
I'm gonna start yelling out, Any potion sellers? Anybody? So potions? Health potions?
Make a persuasion check. Doldir,
Yes, sir.
the man
Anybody want to help me?
grabs at your face a little bit, looks at your wounds, starts to clean them quickly, and gently at first, and then moves and positions your body to see the extent of your injuries. Nothing needs intense care like heavy stitches, but what he does is he brings these salves over and he starts pouring some liquid over each of your cuts. These are going to take a while, but they will start to mend you with time. However, for now, and after the next 5 to 10 minutes, he does use his healer's kit to heal you. You heal for 6 hit points.
Oh, great. I'm at 9.
What's your max health?
You're going to
19.
You're going to need to stay out of the arena for a while, but I assume that it's not an option today.
No, it is not, sir.
Probably not.
We got one more fight.
Well,
I'm feeling a little better, guys.
Good.
See if we can find someone selling potions or something and try and heal me up a bit.
so as you take some time, Irvin, to start calling out for people selling potions, some of the you get a lot of weird looks of people like, no, and why would I sell it to you? And then there is a man who whistles amidst the crowded basement and gladiators talking, and he whistles towards you.
Oh, I walk towards him.
You see a actually fair-skinned man, humanoid, young, jet black short hair, but it slicks almost greasy into a little curl in the front. He's got dark brown leather armor, and he looks at you and goes, "I could sell you a health potion."
Great. How many do you have?
Right now I've got one, but it looks like exactly what you're gonna need to win this melee.
It might be. It just might be. How much does it heal? What kind of health potion is it?
I assume a basic healing potion, nothing fancy.
Very well. How much?
Well, I'll give you a choice. You can pay me 25 gold up front, or you can pay me 40 gold if you win.
Would I know if 25 gold for that is a fair price, or how would I know?
How often have you dealt with the purchasing of magic items?
I would imagine, well, at least on health potion side, and some magic items, yeah, I would imagine nothing too crazy, but
So
health
you
potions,
get
certain
that
salves
maybe
and things like that.
25 gold is actually a pretty fair price, but you've known that basic health potions go up to about 50 gold pieces, if not higher, depending on the time of crisis. Him offering you the 25 gold is pretty good, especially the upside of if you win, you could pay 40, you would still be getting a fair price on it.
Fair price.
But
I mean, I'm going to just pay him the 25 then. I'd say thank you kindly, and I give him 25 gold, and wish us luck.
of course, best of luck to you. So you have in your possession one potion of healing that heals for 2d4 plus 2.
2d4. Okay. I'm gonna go give it to. Try to think if I should give it to. Yeah, I'll give it to you, Bell. Hold on.
How much does it heal for? 2d4, right? Plus 2.
Yes, sir.
And then I gotta. Here, I'm good.
As you all hear from the top of the staircase, curse breakers!
Not rolling the dice for some reason.
Owen starts heading up there.
Why?
I start heading
Oh,
up there
there
as
we go.
well.
+2. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me just get my health up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5, 7, 5, 6, 7. Plus, I'm going to, before I head up, I'm going to cast my Armor of Axis spell
Mm-hmm.
to get 5 temporary hit points, and that.
Okay. So think of the temporary hit points as a shield.
Yep. So I
They-
lose those before I lose my current hit points.
Exactly. Good.
Alright. So
And
there we go. And if someone attacks me, I can deal some damage to them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
As
So
we're walking up, I ask
I'll
if they want me to bless them, or would they rather me save my abilities for healing?
Nope.
probably save for healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Only have maybe 1 heal.
Curse breakers, you're up!
Yeah.
We're
Well,
coming!
As we're walking up, I'm gonna heal. The monk. I can't remember your name right now. What's your name? Dolder.
Boulder.
Yeah.
Just
I'm gonna
remember
use-
Boulder. Boulder.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. As you guys get to the top of the staircase and Ern is still helping Goldir, you see descending down the stairs a man who's had his right leg just cut almost in half and is dangling like a piece of salami as he's
Oh, damn.
unconscious being dragged down the stairs. And the guard waiting for you goes, "You all here?"
Yes, sir. And I'm bobbing up. I'm jumping up and down because I just feel better. Oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
You saw the heal. I healed you for 7. You saw that, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I went back. I went back up to 16. So
Okay.
yeah, 16 out of 19. So I'm good.
Well,
Oh yeah, thanks a lot, Irvin. I really appreciate that.
I saw your last performance. Good luck out there. Don't get killed. Go, go, go. As he like kicks open the door and you
Gotcha.
see the morning daylight on the other side and you see the sand. You all start running out and you hear a familiar sound from the arena.
Okay, I'm gonna say this line again. I don't care. It's just something that I do now. Are you not entertained?
Jesus.
You got hit last time you said that.
As you all rush out, getting to the center of the arena of sand and rock and pillars around you, and hundreds and thousands of Chultans screaming and just excited. Some of them remembering who you are, and others now showing up for the first time. And the announcer calls out, "We have the return of the Kurt." Like, what?
Curse breakers.
Curse breakers!
Curse breaker!
It's 2 words. How hard is it to reach?
And
We're kind of a big deal.
in their melee, we have a special challenge for them. If they wish to gain their emblem of victory, they will need to defeat Rolling Thunder.
Oh Lord.
And the gate from the other side kicks open.
Rage.
And running out, you see first 2 Chultans with spears. Very tribal. They have dreadlocks flowing down their hair. They're wearing blue and red bandanas. They seem to be much more like guards in a way. As the man who rushes past them. 1 second. That's weird. Oh, there it is. Okay. As the man that rushes past them seems to be clad, and I mean covered in armor. He
Oh,
seems
Lord.
to be a knight or some sort of wealthy bandit. He's got a huge grin on his face with white, yellow teeth, and one of them gold. Looking at the man, He seems to have some experience in this arena as he waves his hands out and starts getting applause from everyone in the arena.
Oh boy. I'm just seeing a black screen. I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay.
Just see black.
Now we
Okay,
have
just making sure.
Doldir, we have Owen, we have Beldor, and we
Oh, there we
have
go.
Irvin. Reposition
Okay.
your tokens as you wish before the gauntlet begins.
I think we could utilize cover better this time, guys. And I say we go for the armored guy last.
Gotcha.
But I just like to play out. Wasn't this supposed to be at least 4v4 matches? I think someone's hidden it again.
Well, there were 5 in the last one. I can't remember.
There was
No,
4.
there was 4 in the last one. One was
remember
hidden.
that one hid behind the pillar and shot at us with their bow?
Yeah, I thought that was 2 people for a while.
No, that was one person.
No, they just made 2 attacks. What?
Oh, you said roll for initiative, right? I'm over here tripping.
Oh,
Not
hell
yet,
yeah.
but yes. Do click your token and click roll for initiative.
Hell yeah, I got a good one.
I got 8. Sorry, I forgot to click my token. Want me to do it again?
No, I can add you.
All right.
Yes, Adam put
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
No problem.
I'll be forgetting sometimes to click the token.
Yeah.
You see that the crowd seems to be pleased with what's about to go down, but you seem to only be fighting 3 men.
It's initiative. There's only 2 of them in the vault. There we go.
As the announcer continues to get the crowd ready, he goes, "And let the finals of this melee bout begin! Fight!" Beldor, you're up.
You got this, Bellador.
We're gonna take out those 2 guys first, then focus on the big guy, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to just aim at this guy right here and use Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
That's 12.
A 12 will just hit.
Alright then. And that's a 4.
Okay. 4 points of damage. As the man grins and prepares to charge, and his 2 bodyguards just bring out their spears pointed forward, you cast your Eldritch Blast, shooting past the man clad in armor. It slams into one of the tribal warriors, and they almost deflect it with the spear, but it catches with some force his arm. Would you like to do anything else?
Yeah, hold on one sec. Sorry, there's something in my way on my screen. There we go. I'm going to just move behind some cover here.
Don't forget you have a bonus action.
Yes, but I don't think they're in range to use any of my bonus actions.
So there is a circle with a ruler at the top left. If you click on that, you can measure 40 feet.
40 feet. Let me see. I just want to make sure, check something before I do any that. Where we go. Yeah. Both of these within melee attack, so I could do that, but I have to get up close before I can use it really. And is a concentration spell as well.
Alright, so you good?
So yeah, I'll hold on to that for the time being.
Okay. Irvin, you're up. Owen, or you're next, unless you want to omit.
I'm up, or you said no, Owen's up, you said. We're both the same, okay.
You guys can choose.
Let's see the range here. I don't know if you have something you want to do, you can go first. I'm kind of checking something out. So 50, so you could dash. I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
And then we still don't know, we're missing a guy. This would be 4, so somebody's hiding. so I don't want to get too clumped up, you guys. So I'm gonna yell, "Stay spread out, but not too far spread out."
All right, I understand.
Oh, and you
10
find-
damage to that guy.
Okay. As you all spread out, Beldor casts his spell while moving. Owen looks towards the man and casts with white energy magic missile. 3 darts fire at the man and all hit. Each splash against his armor, each one impacting him and pushing him back as he crosses his arms together and braces the impacts.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Now we have the man in the armor. The man, after he dismisses his arms in an X and rushes forward. While running, he brings out a massive mace to his right. Rushing towards Doldir, he prepares a pretty nasty set of swings.
And he doesn't. He rolls a 3.
Okay. The first one comes in with,
Thank you,
with
my
an
good man.
uppercut, and
One man.
he tries to just uppercut you in the chin with the mace. You normally would instinctually dodge, but for some reason, some magic force jolts you back another 3 inches, and it's the 3 inches that cause this attack to miss completely. He then
Oh, wow.
brings his mace back a second time, roundhouse. It's gonna be an
Oh, damn.
18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. This one, however,
That's-
with the backswing, only hits you for 3 points of bludgeoning damage on the side, as you do try to block it, but you bring your arms too low. With that, it is your turn, Doldir.
Huh. I'm going to attack this man.
Okay.
Let me go with my nunchucks.
Okay.
8 to hit.
As you bring them in, his armor does not seem to have a weak spot. Thunk, thunk.
Yeah, guys, I don't think that did anything.
Yeah, I know. You're doing great though, bud.
All right, and then what I'm gonna do as a bonus action, I'm gonna spend 1 key point for patient defense.
Smart. Okay.
All right,
Lover boy, good job.
there we go. I told you. Hey, I was gonna say my key points for the second fight.
Okay.
All right, and that's it.
All right. So with that, these bodyguards are gonna move closer, and he's going to call out, "Take the wizard!" One spear is gonna go towards Own as they chuck a spear. Gonna be 11 to hit.
That's a miss.
Okay. The second one, he's going to flank over, and he's gonna chuck one at Belador. 7 to
Does
hit.
not hit. Does not.
Okay. Spears go poof, poof, as the crowd goes crazy in anticipation, and they pack the sand. No target hit. This last one is gonna move over to flank his ally, and they will end their turn. Moving back to the top of the round, we have Belador.
Hold on. 20. I just want to check something. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
So first, as a bonus action, I'm going to use my Hexblade Curse on this. Not wrong thing. 1 second. On this guy. So for 1 minute, I get +2 damage rolls on this guy and crits on 19 and 20. And if this guy dies, I get 5 health.
Okay.
And
Which
then
one do you choose?
I choose this guy right here.
Okay.
He's 20. And then with that, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on him.
Okay. Wow.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, that's a crit now.
And that's a crit
that's a
because
crit.
That's awesome.
Nope,
Dude.
nope. That's a 14 plus 5.
Oh, you're right.
Well,
No.
Lig,
Sorry, man.
doesn't it have to be a full 19?
It has to be a natural 19. It's like the champion ability.
Yeah,
Oh.
it just says on roll. It just says on a roll of 19 or 20.
Well, let me
Yeah,
see.
that's
yeah.
Let me see.
But
that
I
real
think with
quick.
the addition, it doesn't count. So I'm still gonna do damage to the guy.
You
Though.
said,
Oh yeah, you're still gonna do a lot of
You
damage.
said Hexblade?
That's not. The
Hexblade's curse.
That means that's an 11 damage.
Yeah, because it's +2 on. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, +2, so 11 damage to him.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That's pretty sick. That's a lot of damage, dude. You're stupid. For the warlock.
Okay, let's see. So, I think there's nothing really else I can do.
You can move if you want to like hide behind a pillar for try to like
Yeah.
avoid getting.
Okay.
Getting,
So, with that, you
Uh,
cast the Hexblade Curse. You see this silver energy. Oh, there we go. 1 second. Yeah.
Again, apologies guys for being a little bit late today.
oh, no problem, man.
Obviously, I wasn't early. Like you heard me, I was in here.
Yeah, you were here before. We discussed some strategy beforehand.
Yeah. So.
All right. Sorry, your patron called.
Oh, good.
That's awesome.
So a silvery clasp starts to coalesce around the head of this bodyguard, this tribal Cholton warrior. And as it does, you push out with your left hand and fire off the blast. Instead of a purple, it becomes a silver, reminiscent of this hexblade on him. And as it does, it blasts him straight in the face and knocks him back 10 feet, and he goes into the ground, unconscious.
Oh shit.
Oh, does that mean I get 5 health too?
Yes,
Did
sir.
you kill him?
Well, is he?
For all purposes.
You didn't kill him.
This,
I'll shut up. I'm being a dick. I'm just.
Yeah, you're being.
You didn't kill him, but you do, I would say, would gain the properties as if he did die,
Yeah.
Alright. Up to 15 health now.
since your patron has me on speed dial.
Yeah. He called to let you know to give me the 5 health.
That's why. That's why you called it. That makes sense. Yeah. I was like, hey, this is gonna
Eh.
happen in a minute. Just give him the 5 health.
I got a good
Yeah.
look.
Quality and
And then I'm just gonna move behind this pillar just for more cover.
his patron's a lawyer.
Yeah. And
That's
with
been
that,
days.
that's all I can do. That's all I can do, so I'm done.
Okay, good job. So with that, one of the combatants is blasted out, and the announcer calls, "Ooh, that's one and done." Erwin, you're up.
I'm first. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm gonna run up to here. That's 25 feet. Yeah, it's easy. And attack that guy with my two-handed weapon.
The big guy or the spear guy?
spear guy. We're trying to get the
Big
easy
guy.
guys first. Yeah, the
Let's get these little guys out of the way so we can focus on the big guy.
I'm just hitting the big guy because I know I can hit him.
Yeah, that's fair. We're-
It
It
does-
does. It doesn't miss. It does not. It's like fuck that guy.
Erwin comes over with the great sword. 24 will hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage. 9 points of slashing damage will come up to the flanked bodyguard. What do you want to do?
Oh, is that a kill? Like a killing?
Yeah,
blow?
I did some damage to him before as well. Remember?
Yeah, he's
Cleave-
pretty
I'll
low.
I was cleaving him too, or not really? No, I forgot.
I just cleared him too.
Never mind. Never mind. Never mind.
Fucking
I
pleb.
I jump him over. We'll roll this with it. I'll hit him and I'll turn the blade just right before I cleave him too, and I smack him so hard that he like doubles over and he's out.
Okay. With that, you bring the blunt end of the blade and slap him across the face. It only dazes him for a moment, and you bring it back over, and with the handle, just keel him over into the gut. Just wind out of stomach. You just hear a and you push him to the side into the dirt.
Perfect.
This guy is down. And with that, you are all now outnumbering this clad in iron and armor, actually wounded from the magic missiles, but with his mace in one hand and his heavy set chain mail and armor thick around the sides, he looks at everyone.
Give up.
Nervous.
You're outnumbered, buddy. And outclassed.
Yeah, but its own turn next anyways.
I want you to go.
Boop.
Man, how many magic missiles you got?
That was the last 8 damage.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to
Walk away from where he's gonna attack you if he survives.
Damage. Nice.
go there. That'll be my turn.
Okay. So with
Yeah,
that,
I picked the wrong spot to put my guy because I can't see anything where any other guy is, basically.
it's
You can move
okay.
out of the. You can move out.
You hit and moved. It was good. As you turn around into that pillar in the shadow, you can have a good look of the dark side of this arena. This shady part where the sun is just missing out on. You can still hear, you know, the triumph of the crowd and people screaming and whistling. The announcer, offset by what is going on now, own cast magic missile. 3 more impact into the body mass of all this steel. And he holds on and braces for the damage, but is still standing.
Damn.
Damn, this guy won't give up.
What he's gonna do, he looks to you and goes, "I've had worse." Ah! And the crowd goes crazy as he takes his mace. He's gonna throw 1 at Doldir for 13 to hit.
That's gonna miss, and then 2 because I still have the dodge action too.
Okay, nice.
Or the patient defense, yeah. Same
Yeah.
difference. Yeah.
Right. So the first one misses, and then he brings the mace around and tries to strike Irvin. It's a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, and with that, you take 6 points of damage as the mace slams into your rib cage, impacting the chainmail, and that is definitely gonna leave a bruise in the morning.
You hurt my friend.
Doldir says in defiance, and your go.
It's a
Alright.
6.
So I'm gonna move to the side right here, so I can now attack with advantage. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because I'm gonna need it, and I'm hitting with the nunchucks.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Nice.
it's a 23 to hit.
Nice, dude. That's a crit.
Nice.
Dude.
Roll that
That's
crit
a
damage. Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you get 20, you hit. No, it doesn't matter what our AC is. You just hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hit. All right. And now with the nunchucks.
That's pretty
So
good.
5.
5 damage.
Yeah, nice.
Plus
Hey.
and that's crit, right?
Yeah, that is with his extra damage.
Yeah.
He just rolled a
And
little low.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do now, I'm actually going to spend another key point to use Fury of Blows.
Oh shit.
Been Kiki up in here. Damn.
Yeah. 11.
So 11 will miss.
Yes. And so the last
We-
attack,
Got one more.
17.
17 will just hit.
Oh damn.
Oh, this guy's tough hitter.
Hits. Max damage.
Nice. With
Up
that,
one.
you nunchuck. You smack him and crack a piece of his armor, and it goes. And he looks pissed. And then you drop the nunchucks and just Fury of blows. Hit him as fast as you can in the weak spots. The first one doesn't impact as much, but your fist hits the steel. The second one cracks into his gut, and you hit the chainmail, but dig deep. And then you
Gatling
hear,
gun.
and with that, you see a final opening. He's low. He's probably on the edge. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong math. He is definitely on the edge, but he's not down yet. As he just with that. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that is it. I did my gum Gatling gun on him.
Okay, very well done.
You don't do like a WWE like fucking taunt move or something?
Warriors are out of this, and with
I don't. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? It makes sense because my name is Dolder, so it almost sounds like Boulder. So it's like, hell, what the rock is cooking.
Just nickname you Boulder now.
you have
Just nickname me Boulder?
disadvantage.
Yeah, nickname you Boulder.
You have disadvantage on your next saving throw.
Yeah, rightfully so. Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's okay.
So
So,
rocks are cooking with cracked rocks.
With
so
that
you get
top of the
disadvantage.
order, we have Bellador. What are you gonna do, Bellador?
I'm gonna move here,
Okay.
and let's see, he's very low, I would assume.
mm-hmm.
So,
And you get that advantage, I believe.
do I?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He is flanked
Oh,
by
yeah.
allies.
Then I'm gonna, let's see, very low, but I'm going to, just as a precaution to make sure, I'll use Hex on him,
Okay.
so I can deal some more damage if I hit him.
Don't you call out what the kind of like saving throws he has a disadvantage against, like strength, dex? Isn't that part of Hex?
Should be
Um,
ability checks.
Oh, that's what it was. Ability check.
Yeah, he has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability.
Who are you choosing?
I don't know if that really will matter at this point.
It always matters.
So, which one of these abilities, like investigation, is that like those abilities or what?
No, like
Just-
strength, dexterity,
Strength.
intelligence.
Oh,
Dexterity.
for him,
Strength.
I'm gonna pick strength for this guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
that works. So,
And since I'm going to now attack with my rapier, because that's the only way this hex will work.
mhm.
No, it works
Oh,
off your
I
Eldritch Blast.
No, it says okay, tug whenever you. Oh, I guess it does. But I already attacked rapier, but I forgot to put advantage on, so let me roll again. 17.
17.
that will definitely just hit.
That'll do 2 plus another 1d6 of necrotic damage. That's 4 damage.
Okay. I'll let you. I'll tell you what. How do you want to do this?
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
oh,
I love how that's.
RTKO him. No, I'm joking.
We all teabag him to death. No.
The crowd immediately turns.
Yeah. Anyways.
Oh,
How you
I'm
like
just.
this looking?
You said he had a weak spot in his chainmail, right?
Yes, sir. There was a crack in his armor thanks to Dolby.
Yeah.
I'm
My
gonna just
fists are hard.
aim my rapier right into it, in that
Okay.
weak spot.
Okay. You cast Hex while rushing towards him. He hasn't even seen your face yet, but you've seen his eyes. And they're dark brown with his fair skin, almost tanned, and white hair. He seems in trouble, but he immediately starts to swing violently towards Irvin and Doldir. You see an opportunity in that crack, but you're going to have to act quick. You cast Hex on him, and as he turns around, violently swinging left and right, he turns finally to meet you, brings down a heavy swing, but you've already kneeled below him, aimed up, guided your rapier into that crack, and it goes into the armor, and then a minor necrotic energy starts to corrode the armor itself as you strike in quick. He doesn't
yeah.
move. He remains postured with his hand above his head, mace in the air. and then the mace drops. And then soon, so does he. And then the entire crowd, as he falls, goes crazy. And now, people start throwing in coins into the arena. You see people throwing copper coins. You see people throwing silver coins. You see someone throw even a handful of gold coins. And the announcer goes, "We now have our
Start picking up
victor!"
coins.
I fall to my
Wait,
knees
so-
breathing heavily, with all wounded.
Wait, so wait, hold on, guys. There was only 3 people?
Yeah, I guess because this guy must have been like a champion fighter or something.
Okay, I
That,
guess.
or maybe they're 4th. Didn't make it. I don't know.
I gotta say, this is a lot easier than the other fight.
I wouldn't say that. I'm
Nah.
not sure. So.
I blew all of my
And
spells.
I fall to my knees and I breathe heavy and I'm like holding my. I would go that far.
Whew.
Come, curse breakers!
Yes!
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
Yes!
You need to
Revel in
stop
your
with that.
moment. You are
Is that
now
joke not
victors of the
overplayed?
Colosseum.
Nice.
You all
Yeah,
good?
we start.
You guys
Like, can we
have
start?
time? Go
Can we
ahead.
start picking up the coins that they throw in?
I
Yeah.
mean, feel free to.
Already am.
Feel
I'll
free.
pick up
Already
some,
am.
I'll pick up some of those coins.
Yeah, I want some of them
You
coins.
can all, instead of looking majestic, gutter snipe
Yeah,
some
we'll go
coins.
pick up money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
Owen's got a charisma
Yeah.
of 9.
I,
Huh, this will
I
help
would
fund our
say-
expedition.
with the next couple of minutes, as the crowd is trying to revel at you all, and
We're
you all
just
modestly
ignoring them and taking up money.
beggar catch coins. You collect 6 gold pieces, 4 silver, and one of you finds a copper.
cool. I'll keep the copper. Put the rest of.
Put the
6
rest of the
gold
money-
and what?
4 silver.
Gold, 4 silver.
Yeah, put that in the
Come! And he offers
but-
you a chance to come towards the the southern, over here, the southern balcony.
Yeah, let's go.
Come!
Yeah.
We have other
Rubber-
victors to crown today. Claim your
Yeah,
rewards.
Yeah, we should probably go.
Yeah, I don't want the crowd to just jump out. And
They
just,
they might attack you again for doing that stupid line.
As you all make your way towards the balcony, a ladder descends, wooden, and then folds out into a modest staircase. You come up to see the announcer, dark-skinned man in purples and golds. We have their first melee victory, and here on the island of Chot. And the crowd reacts. We offer treasure worthy of bravery and proof of victory. Your reward. And he presents a chest, very modest size, of silver. And once it is brought over on a red pillow by one of the servants, your prize for the day, 150 gold pieces.
woo!
Followed by your emblems of victory. And another servant comes over and brings a attaché and is opened, and in it you see these badges with gold and green emerald trees emblazoned on them. And they bring them over and start pinning them to your chest. Here! The Curse Breakers!
Right in the flesh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I got 1 hit point.
Now I have a question. Didn't I make a bet that we would win?
Did you?
I thought you did. I don't remember how much you bet. You write it down? Or?
I bet it 10 gold because I wasn't gonna be that.
Well, we'll probably have to go to the guy who you bet with to
Yeah.
get that money.
Okay.
Probably
I just had to make
He's
sure.
gone. He's gone with your gold.
I know, right? He just gone.
He bet some random guy.
He smelled what the rock was cooking and he didn't like it, so he left.
He
I
saw me
didn't-
once, so he started running.
So, with that, you all get a brief ceremony. The crowd cheers for you. The announcer continues to call out the name of your group. The now on your person,
my
guys
friend.
should see in your player journal. Your emblems of victory. You can look at your player journals and see treasure.
Where's that at?
In player
in the,
treasure player journals.
Treasure. Oh, that's it now.
Journal.
I was looking under adventures. I missed it. Right over it. Nice. Gold and emerald tree. Yeah. Well,
You guys want to do the same thing we did last time with the gold?
I say we do. It's 150. Well, it's 150 gold each or personal, and then the 50 gold towards the.
I think it was 150 for the group. Like each.
It was the
The
group.
group 150.
The group, yeah. So I would say 25 gold each, and then the 50 towards the of the.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
25 gold each and 50 to party funds.
To the party funds,
Party
yeah.
funds, yeah.
Do you want to do 25 party funds, 25 to guide? Or just
well,
flat out?
Wait, didn't Wakanga say he would take care of the guide for us as soon as we chose who?
Yeah, but do we want more than one guide?
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Put 25 to the party, 25 to the guide.
What do the rest of you say?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we can say we want to do with the party funds once we have, you know.
Yeah.
funds and
Yeah.
funds.
Right.
We can just-
Yeah.
Party funds.
Okay. So,
So
as
we
you
put
guys
25
are standing on the balcony, and the announcer, no, our second bout. You guys can leave.
We're out.
Yeah,
There's overstating your welcome.
Yeah, sure.
As the
Get out of the
other,
way.
as the other people here, you see a couple of higher, rich, wealthy people who nod, very enjoyably at your entertainment, and some of them do come over and be like, "Welcome to Chote. I hope to see more of your exploits in the future."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
As
Most
you all
likely.
modestly take your reward, gain your emblems of victory, and then start to leave the balcony, you do hear, "No! Our final billets!" As the doors eventually shut behind you, you do hear the muffling, and there are some more servants who actually, as you're walking down, start to come over and like shake your hand. It's a bit gratuitous at first, but eventually the four of you descend the annals of the Colosseum, make your way out to where one of the bookies was, Doldir, where you bet on your group to win your melee title, and receive an additional 30 gold from your bet.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wait, about what time of day is it now?
Yeah, I wanted to
Now
ask that
it
too.
is pretty much out of the afternoon, around 3 o'clock ish.
What do
I
you guys
say,
say we get something to eat?
yeah, I say we get something to eat because I don't know about you guys, but I'm out of spells, so I need to rest to get more back.
And what do you guys say? You guys want to do this again tomorrow? It's kind of fun. And it earned us a decent amount of money to,
True.
as we climb the ladders,
I'd
ranks.
be against it coming and seeing what's there to be offered. I mean, all we really know is that our fee is waived for the next bout, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides that, that's all we know.
I'm not sold on us doing this because, to be honest, we did almost lose at the same time, but we did make some
True.
money. I'll admit it.
Well, you know what? Another thing is we sort of just went in unprepared because we didn't think about buying potions and stuff.
Mhm.
So I think
Yeah.
like the next time when we know that we want to do a Coliseum fight, we sort of just prepare for that.
Yeah.
'Cause I think it would have been because it
feel
would have been a
the-
different story. It would have been a different story if we actually would have had potions during that fight. Then we could have just you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
And then,
Doldir's talking to all of you. A man comes. "You're all already talking about your next fight, aren't you? Huh?"
how'd you know?
Yeah.
As-
How did you
Hey,
figure that out?
stop listening! He's a spy.
As
a spy guy.
as a 4 foot, maybe 5, older and skinny man, human with glasses on, looks up at you all. "Well, I've prepared a lot of people for the Crucible of the Gauntlet, and I'm happy to say that I've had meager success."
Meager.
Did you say neither or meager success?
I think he said Migu.
Right.
Which is
Okay.
like still doesn't good. It's still not good.
No, it's not, but it's,
Yeah.
it's better than the other one.
So, what do you say? Need some help moving on through the ranks, getting some more money? I can help you protect that money.
No, thank you. I mean, I think we're pretty good. I think we're pretty good. I don't speak for everybody though, but Owen,
Can I insight check this guy?
Sure.
Like, is he here to like just fucking fleece us for everything that we're worth, or is he like legitimately?
Yeah, like obviously
Never mind. Just don't mind me.
As
Yeah, like,
Don't
Alright.
mind me.
as you all look to
He
Owen,
said, "Don't mind me."
as you all look towards Owen, who is probably the most wise so far of the group, he's decided to take your party funds and put it into a large savings for expenses. Of course, he would know what to do in this situation. And as you all look towards Owen's already writing down on a piece of parchment and listening to the man with eager intensity, almost enthralled that at the opportunity,
How
as
about
much as
this?
Owen could be.
How about, sorry, what was your name, sir? I didn't catch it.
My
Somebody
name,
who can do my job for me?
my name is Ferold DeFossis.
Ferold
Well, Mr. DeFossis, how about
Ferold.
you? How
Ferold.
about? Yes. How about you give us a way that we can find and contact you, and we can talk it over and think about it and let you know.
Of course, you can find I'm in the Red Bazaar just every other day, except on Fridays. You can catch my establishment between the tavern and the building next to the tavern.
And which tavern is that?
Thundering Lizard, of course.
Okay.
So,
And what's the other tavern?
no, it's between the building and the tavern.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Some might call it an alleyway. I call it home.
That is an alleyway, actually. You know, if it gets you to want. There, you know what? Never mind. All right, I ain't gonna do that.
All
I ain't
right.
get it.
Well,
Thank you.
feel free.
We will talk it over and let you know.
Yeah, and of course. And if you ever need anything, I know where to go for the best deals and prices. Little friendly tip: you might want to invest some of that hard-earned coin into some better fighting equipment.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
you
Yes.
recommend anywhere to do that?
Oh, I couldn't say right at the moment. Being a freelancer.
How about two gold to fresh your memory?
He swipes it out of your hand. Right, so you're gonna want to go to find Wakanga of Tomu's Field
Oh
of
my God.
Services. It's a nice magic shop about 10-15 minutes away. You find a
Was it
nice
called
quiet.
Hold on, I can't hear him laughing. What was it called? He swiped it out of your hand.
Man,
he had no hesitation, bro.
no fucking hesitation at all.
I'm sorry.
Ah, no, it's,
Oh, that was too good right there.
oh my God. He swiped it right out of your hand.
He
Like,
just
there
swipes it.
was like no hesitation. No.
No, he was like, oh fuck yeah.
He was like, no, I got this going. Right. Take that right.
Oh, okay, I'm good. Oh man, that was funny. Let me just take off 2 gold right here. Oh man.
Oh, that's worth the 2 gold just for the laugh, right?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like just the laugh was good enough for me.
what was the name of the place? I couldn't hear it.
It was
Well,
Wakanga's
The
place.
place is called Dispel and That Spell.
This spell, that spell.
No, that's
I know.
That's fucking amazing.
I don't
dude. I
really
love
get
that.
it, but
you know what? I love this guy. I love this guy. This guy's hilarious.
Magic spell.
I think we're gonna be great friends in the future.
I think so too.
Well, if
I think so too.
if you don't need anything else from me, I'm gonna go. Get me a couple drinks, and I will see you around.
We'll find you.
I'm gonna say, what happened to him?
And he just starts walking. He just starts walking away. This skinny, slender, sweating, older, shrunken man with very thin sense of glasses. You see his balding hair from the side. He seems to be gyrating back to where he's come from. Very proud of where he's going. And as you guys start leaving you hear, "Hello, Feral Faces. Looking for management?"
Is it a different guy? Is this a different guy?
No, he's talking to different
he's
people.
Talking to someone else.
He's talking to
Oh.
different people. We can just
Okay.
hear him because he's talking so loud.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I'm gonna make sure we're out of earshot from him so he can't hear us. I'll be like, that guy was totally trying to rip us off, right?
I don't know.
He was totally sketchy.
I put
kinda
like this.
him, to be honest.
I kind of liked him too, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, he was worth a laugh. I'll give it.
So
Oh man, that's
I
the
think
kind of
that-
guy you. That's the kind of guy you want to have as a drinking buddy.
I think that man is going places.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, and he is.
So with that, the four of you
Wait
finished-
before we.
Mhm.
Before
Spell that
we-
spell. I love
Yeah,
that.
this spell.
Dude,
This
that's
spell-
amazing, dude.
Valentine's
That's so
spell.
good. I love dad jokes. Those are the best. Those cheesy
Yes.
shit. So this gets me. I love it.
Before we leave, I would like to collect my money from whoever I betted it against.
Yeah, you got 30 gold from that.
I got 30. Okay, because I stepped away. That's why.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got 30 gold. Ooh. Ooh.
I'm
See,
not feeling so good, guys. I don't. Yeah, I need a rest.
yeah, we can
Yeah.
use a rest too. What time is it?
What-
What time of day is it?
It was like 3 in the afternoon, he said.
Why don't we stop at that shop on the way back?
Yeah. I can use some better gear.
And we can at least see prices, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. I just want to check, does the temporary hit points I got from my spell still there, or is it gone now?
They last an hour, temporary hit points, so they would still be there.
Okay, just checking.
Yes, it hasn't been too
I'm-
long, and you didn't take any damage.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't like don't want to get rid of them before it's gone in case something happens.
No problem.
So as a character thing, as we're walking just to the store, I'm just humming "We Are the Champions" to myself.
As you all continue moving your ways down, you follow the vague directions that were given to you by Feral, and eventually find yourself into a nice, quieter part of Port Nanzaro.
Oh, nice and quiet.
Yeah.
As fun as the crowd can be, it can kind of.
It can
Yeah,
get it can get annoying, yeah.
Yeah, that crowd was a little bit deafening.
What?
I got said.
Stupid. Love it.
So as you all make your way through the town, you do see more gentler, common people purchasing basic goods here. Probably a bit better quality, if not just more functional wares than just things that can be mass produced, like pottery and stuff. You do see people creating much better streams of jewelry. And you find out that you are in what would be the jewelry district of a city. This is where you are in Port Nanzaro. And eventually are guided to dispel that spell from the directions of some of the common people. And they bring you to a very small establishment that has 2 glass windows that look in to what looks to be a mostly empty but modest shop, and a door in the middle, and you bring it open and hear the bell ring as the door moves, and you guys walk in to a nice red carpeted floor and 2 rugs separate from that rug adjacent to it. And you see, now that you are within this establishment, you start seeing in cases an assortment of items. You see breastplates, you see daggers, all contained within these glass cases. You see occasional pieces of cloth or books within those cases, and then see that there's no one necessarily around, but there's a second floor to this shop. And for those of you who ascend it, eventually see, after about 5 feet, a second floor to this, closed off, but with
Wow.
an assortment of 4 cases that meet to a desk, and behind that desk seems to be a elder human male, but when given a closer look, he has sharpened ears, so he has to at least have some elven blood in him. But he looks up to you all. Welcome. How may I help you today?
Hello, how you doing? I'm sort of just looking around for some good items for me as a monk. You know, weapons or
Of course.
magical items. If anything is good.
Real quick, DM. If I recall, we got a seal from the merchant prince who owns this establishment, and we can also kind of purchase things on a tab.
You can he offered you a discount with the seal, but there was nothing on tab.
Okay, so discount with a seal. And he
Yes.
said it was how much of a discount?
He said you would have to speak with the merchant in regards to what you were going for.
Now,
Yeah.
I
Do that
assume Owen has the seal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll just
Yeah.
go ahead and pull it out and show that to the gentleman. I think that we all have our different interests. If you don't mind giving us a hand.
Of course, I could take some time. Who would like to begin? As you are
I guess-
friends of Wakanga, I can definitely offer you some quality discounts.
After you, Boulder.
Yeah. Guys, I don't know what's a good weapon for me. I mean, I've been using my nunchucks, but what else would I need?
Owen just kind of looks at you confused. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that any of us have the sort of experience that you have with your particular style. Maybe armor?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe something with protection, like a ring,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
I'll take-
maybe place.
Well, I can't really wear armor because of my, unarmed ability. I'm actually a lot better without armor on. Quick, fast,
Yeah.
and
Well,
deadly.
cloaks and rings aren't.
Oh, I forgot about cloaks and. I forgot about low key. I forgot about cloaks.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. I
kinda-
do have lighter armor for those who wish to remain agile, but still require some defense of magical or just mundane effects.
Yeah, I'll take some rings or bracers or a necklace or some cloaks.
Well, I would say that rings and cloaks are actually much more expensive, and I don't mean to offend any of you, but the normal standard ring of protection is upward to maybe about 4,000 gold pieces.
Oh Lord Jesus! You know how many drinks I can get with 4,000 gold? I understand. All right. What would you think would be the best for me, Shop?
Why don't I show you some things that I've, in my personal time here in Schultz, have found crowd favorites, if you will.
Okay.
I have, and he starts to look through his ledger. Okay. I assume you do have some gold to spend, though. Yes.
Si, senor. Yes.
Okay. Italian. Okay. So. Okay. And he comes over to one of the panels that these glass cases on the wall, and he goes, I have a few of these armor pieces here that are real favorites, and especially in here. This one has been ordered several times by the merchant princes and the guides of Schultz. This is, I don't have a good name for it, but it's a leather armor of poison resistance. Worn like light leather armor, it would give you the same defenses, but additionally has poison resistance. And a creature attuned to this item has advantage against poison effects and resistance to poison damage.
I mean,
Could be very
technically,
handy.
I'm a dwarf, so technically I'm already resistant to poison.
Oh, that's
Yeah, dwarves are rather hardy in that regard.
That's a
Yeah.
neat trick.
Understanding.
It's
But
a neat trick. You know, your innate born abilities. That's
Yeah.
parlor.
That's a
Parlor
neat
entertainment.
Neat
Yeah.
trick you got there.
The shit that you were born with. That's
It's bullshit right there.
All right.
And the elven and dwarven hatred continues.
So, so maybe the armor might not help you. I do have these.
I'll say, what about like something like brass knuckles? I can add to more pain to my fist.
Yes, of course. I actually did have a request for such things. And he comes over and he goes to the back room. And after a couple or so moments, returns with a small wooden case. Yes, a gentleman did bring these up at one point, but he hasn't actually come back to purchase them. And he brings up the case and these silver and steel brass knuckles with runic sigils on each knuckle. These I've actually had a little bit more time. I call them thoughts and prayers.
Dude, you are my fucking hero, dude. You know?
I want them so bad right now. I literally want them so bad right now just because of the name Thoughts and Prayers.
Oh my god, dude.
I don't care what kind of trouble I get into if I buy these. I want these right now.
And prayers, bro.
So
God,
these
you are my goddamn hero. How are you so quick? Jesus.
What I would say with these, he didn't give me a lot of what he wanted with them, but for the most part, I had made 2 sets. I had one that is a standard +1 to attack rolls, which is it is pretty powerful enchantment in its own right.
Yes.
However,
I'll make my thing +6 with unarmed and attack.
That might be dope, one might say.
Don't. You gotta stop.
However, I do have a second version that I worked on, and one
version 2.
Somewhat. One of them allows you to deal an additional 1d4 of psychic damage on a hit. And the second one allows you to do 1d4 of cold damage on hit.
I'm down. Give me those thoughts and prayers.
However, that one would not be the +1. It would provide more damage in the long term, but it's not considered a plus.
Gotcha.
I would go for the +1 personally.
And how much would either set cost?
Yes.
Yes.
To be fair, these were not properly priced, and I would normally run them about maybe 500 gold for the set. But being that you are friends of Wakanga, I would be willing to part with them for 300 gold.
300 gold, and there's 2 different sets though. What's the other set?
No,
Are they both 300?
No,
The other
one
is
was,
They're both the same.
one.
yeah, one
They're all
is
the same price?
+1, and they're both the same price.
Ooh. How much gold do you have, buddy?
189, so nowhere near.
Can put a down payment down. I have a.
No. Hey, hang on.
Gold.
To be very clear, I suspect that we're here to take notes of what we want.
Okay.
Because we're all probably going to find something that we're each going to need on our journey.
Oh, for sure. But if we can, let's keep.
I am already taking notes.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I would say if there's something we can walk out with today, I think we should pull our resources to help each other out, and I'm willing to get,
No, because honestly, I would say if anything, I think the takeaway would be we know what weapons we sort of want, but we really do need to buy bug spray, health potions.
We
stuff
have
like
bug
that.
spray to last us at least through the week.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as if we're gonna be in town for a while, we need to be in town to
Make some money.
Make some money.
And we have a residence for another 6 days.
Yes. So in the 6 days, I think we should try to make as much money as possible. And to do that, sometimes you gotta spend some money to make some. Right? And plus, it helps us all out.
Well, if you guys are interested in,
So let's find out what else he offers.
Yeah, what else?
What we all want, and let's see what's the most inexpensive thing. Because maybe we can walk out with something today for fun.
Boulder, are you satisfied for now?
Oh yeah, I'm satisfied. Those thoughts and prayers, bruh.
Yeah.
I can't. It's like that's all I want right there. I don't care about nothing else. If I went broke, I'll go broke for the thoughts and prayers. And that's for both sets.
Hey, I'm a paladin. I like thoughts and prayers. I'll help you out.
I think it's a set of one or the other. Correct.
Oh.
It's not like 300 gold for one knuckle, sir.
no, it is 300 gold for thoughts and prayers of the +1 enchantment, and he has them on, by the way.
No. So I'm talking about it's 300 for the version that has psychic and cold damage, and it's 300 for the +1, right?
Yes.
Correct.
So,
Okay, so that'll be 600 in total if I wanted to
you'd
get
be
that.
surprised what a +1 will do, though. It's +1 to
I know.
damage and a plus. I believe it's +1 to end it.
And
So-
and
Yeah,
a +1
with our-
magic weapons make your attacks magical, which he would get at
Yeah.
level 9 as a monk, but he would get
Well,
it
true.
earlier.
But to be able to hit something that you might not have hit before is better, in my opinion, better than straight damage. Because
We'll discuss that later,
Yeah,
and
later.
let's
I
just let the Boulder,
yeah, chill on
Yeah.
it for a bit.
Why don't we
I'll-
move on to the next individual?
Yeah,
Sure.
next one.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't want to take much time.
Oh, Owen, you seem like you're chomping on the bit.
So
How about
he
we
takes
see
he takes
like?
the two
Thank you, good sir, for
cases
showing.
to the side.
Good.
Oh, of course. So we've handled the dwarf. Who else could I help today?
I think our wizard is. He's
I
been very
will go last. I'm not
I want to go last.
super interested in spending money.
No, I want to go last. I'm selfless. God damn it.
I'll check some stuff out then.
Okay.
Yeah, I pat Bullador on the back. You should go up.
What are you interested in, my young? And he takes a look at you. I beg my. Are you an Aasimir?
I am. How did you know?
Those angelic features can only be stifled in less savory establishments, but here I have a trained eye.
Insight check. Is he flirting with Boulder or with Bellador?
Feel free.
Okay.
Guys, I might be able to get us a great deal.
Yeah, I'll kind of help him with that. I'm kind of curious as well.
Help me with.
You can help.
There it goes. Take the first one. Unless I've got advantage, but
Oh, damn.
I would say if he was helping you, you would have advantage.
okay.
So, he
Holy
seems
shit, dude, it's
very
not 20.
astute. Looking at all of the wares he's had in this shop would have taken years to either enchant or even craft, decades. So, either he's a very well connected individual who is actually good at appraising different languages of runic teachings, not just arcane, but even probably draconic. He would have to have a very good eye on, looking at just even races. So,
But can I pimp my boy's ass out for an additional discount?
you think that his it's not interest in that kind of way, but definitely interested in the fact that there is an ASMR within, and two, at the fact that he hasn't noticed yet. But anyway, he does come to Bellador and says, what are you interested in?
For another weapon, perhaps some sort of sword.
Swords I don't have many of, but I do have something that I did purchase for my own purposes, and it's probably within your budget.
Would you mind if I took a look?
Of course. Right here, what I have, and he pulls out, this is not a magic item. However, it at one point may have been. And he brings out this curved, what it looks to be a longsword at first, but then it is curved right at the end, almost scimitar-like.
Oh.
And but much shorter at the end, almost as if it was cut off, but it is sharpened at the edge.
So like my penis.
Kind of.
Sorry. Sorry.
Looking at it, he says this has a certain property amongst the blade, either through masterful craftsmanship or some dormant magic. I cannot tell, but this one has the what would call refined property on it, which would give you advantage on damage rolls when using it.
Ooh. That would be very nice.
I know.
How much would it be for the?
This sword, with the discount, I would be willing to part for it with about 80 gold pieces.
Oh damn.
Can I see it?
Mhm.
Would you mind?
He brings it over, and it has a nice dark blue handle, engraved with a language. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Giant, and Primordial. And there are some knowledge checks for you as well.
Okay. Looking at the blade, the runes do have a faint connection to Giant, but you cannot read them. And as you're looking through it, and you, even when you use detect magic, there are no magical properties to this weapon.
Sure. I'm just being thorough, you know.
Yes, this is a puzzling one. Either, as I said, dormant magic or excellent craftsmanship. Regardless, it's effective.
Would you say that we've had a short rest? I'm sorry to interrupt. We have, so I could have used my arcane recovery.
I would say maybe right after this you would have enough time. It wouldn't have taken too long to get here, honestly.
So afterwards, okay.
So maybe about afterwards, I would say so.
All right, thank you.
On your return to maybe like the Thundering Lizard or something.
I got you. All right, sorry. Continue. My apologies.
No, it's all good. So, with that, he shows you the sword. It has the refine property on it, which gives you advantage on weapon damage rolls with that weapon. If you would roll a d8 with it, with that weapon, you would roll the d8 twice and then take the higher damage roll.
Oh, so it's not just like advantage as far as damage?
It's like having Savage Attacker, but every time you use it.
Dude, I never heard of that. That's fuck.
Is this a
Damn.
longsword or a scimitar?
Technically,
It
as
doesn't really matter.
for you,
I
it
mean-
wouldn't really matter. It's based on how
That's
you
true.
would want to use it.
Yeah, that's fair.
The sword is
So,
very agile.
You said was 80 for it?
Yes, I would part with it for about 80 gold.
I have 110 gold. I can get there.
Nice.
Well, if that's what you want, feel free.
I
Is
would
that with
like,
the discount?
Yes.
He said with the. I
Okay, just
would.
checking.
And this will give me advantage on like all attacks of it. So that combined
the
with my hex.
damage
That would
rolls
be great.
specifically. Remember the
Oh.
damage rolls.
Yeah. So I will buy this.
Okay. Wow. Well, feel free. And he sheaves it and puts it back in the case. You are welcome to take the case it came in. I bought this a long time ago when I was in Neverwinter. That was for different times, of course, but it was always a curious thing. And he passes it over to you with two hands.
Thank you very much, sir.
Of course.
That
Now,
was a wise purchase, my friend.
takes the 80 gold, and he looks towards you, Irvin. Another Asimir. And what
Yes,
are
but I
you
think
looking for?
my friend Owen, I think he's. We should take care of him first. Unless you rather play
Either.
Over Parchment Shears, Owen, to see who goes next.
Sure. Let's do it.
All right, honor system. Ready?
Let's
Well,
just, why don't we
you
just
could-
roll a d20?
Well, you could,
And
you could both type
and-
it in chat, and then on 3 hit enter.
There we go. Sure.
Yeah.
And Boulder over here is just
Okay.
flabbergasted
Ready?
that y'all about to play Rocks Parchment Shears. Quartz Parchment Shears. Really?
All right, round 2.
As they're playing Boulder
ready?
Parchment Shears. So,
So you won. That means you go.
Okay. I will take that.
so
I'm personally looking more something on the more defensive side, maybe like a ring or a cloak. That can help me.
right. Well,
Take a blow or avoid a blow?
that is definitely up to you. I do have some sets of armor you might be interested in, or
Yes.
let's see, what do I have?
I'm the only heavy or medium and heavy armor wearer here, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Mama, I just don't have any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone is naked except for you.
Mm-hmm. That or armor that keep I think this is what's it called, mithril armor maybe that keeps you quiet, something like that, or more defensive armor.
Are you
Or
looking
rings or
for chainmail? I do have. Wait, you use chainmail? Hold on, my bitches are calling.
Your patrons are calling. Yep.
Yeah, he's calling again.
He's calling. He wants his powers back.
I can't do that.
Where's my cut of the prize, motherfucker?
Oh fuck, he's coming.
Oh God! He found out.
Not about the money, guys. Cool, so I got a nice new sword.
All right, sorry about that.
All good.
Okay,
We'll forgive you this time.
This time.
I will remember it in the future. So,
Uh,
moving forward, you were looking for a chainmail, right?
yes, sir. Or a ring or a cloak or something.
Or a ring. I have
Keep me-
plenty
keep
of
me
them.
alive.
Just the rings are a bit more expensive if you do want to gander at them. But I have rings of protection, rings of power.
Yeah, protection sounds good to me. Something that can help keep me alive.
Well, the ring of protection would give you a +1 to your AC, and it's pretty expensive, around 4,000 gold. If you're looking for something a little more in a cheaper price range, I do have stealthier chainmail, which would allow you to negate the disadvantage of wearing chainmail and trying to sneak past your enemies.
Oh yeah, and if you have anything to help with the defense at the same time.
Defense I do, but would you prefer something? I do have a commission coming in a couple of days of more wares. I might be able to get you some plate mail if that is something you'd like.
Mithril plate mail?
Mithril is I have not actually worked with this stuff before, but I could put in an order from Waterdeep. If you are looking for other rings, I have rings of resistance, regeneration.
Resistance. What does that do?
They would give you resistance to a specific elements or
Oh, makes sense.
yes.
So what's this armor you have? You said.
I do have chainmail of wind walking, which would negate the effect of disadvantage on stealth checks. It would provide the same bonus, just less downside. How about are you a shield man?
Yes, at times.
Okay. Do you have some.
Prefer a two-hander, but I know how to use a shield.
Oh,
I don't mind using them.
well, actually, and he goes over to the case to the right, and he. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I have lots of stuff. Some of it is in order. Right, so I have. Okay, so I do have this. And he brings out a bracelet of iron and gold that is heavier on the width of it as it wraps around your wrist, but then locks in close into these two little pincers. And wrapped around it looks to be a blue shield with runes on it. He goes,
Oh,
this is actually an amulet of the shield. This is probably one of the earliest enchantments I've ever created. This, once per day, would allow you to cast the shield spell with, within a moment of danger or your choice, and it would give you a +5 AC until the end of the round.
interesting.
I do have armor resistance, if you're interested. I'm sorry, I don't really have anything that bulky that you might be interested in that I know of.
Okay.
But if there's something specific, I could definitely track down.
Yeah, I think I'll do some research and get back to you on that.
Of course.
What about offensive? Do you have anything?
Swords,
Hinder or
weapons are
weapon?
not really my thing.
Oh,
But I
okay.
do have a friend that is coming, as I said, in a couple of days, and he'll be bringing in some new wares from Waterdeep and the sorts, and we can definitely come back then.
Definitely will. That sounds great. I think you should take care of your own while I decide what think about what course of action I would like to do.
Sorry I could not have been more help.
No, those are plenty awesome.
Okay. The wizard.
Yes, sorry, my name's Owen. I never did get your name.
Finally. An end to the facade. I am Elden.
Elden?
Elden.
And the name of this establishment was what again when I walked in?
This is Dispel That Spell.
Eldon, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm a bit more utilitarian, I suppose.
What
There's
else?
really only one thing I'm interested in for myself, aside from maybe in the future a variety of scrolls if you have those available. That one thing that I am most interested in is a special type of book that is resistant to environmental effects.
That is definitely.
If you understand my concerns being a wizard in this climate.
Of course. I have absolutely just that. And he goes to the back, and he brings back a small stack of 3 books, and with blank pages on them. All of these, this one is a dark blue, one is a dark gray, and one is a light yellow, leather-bound, simple mage tomes. All of these are enchanted to give off the spell storing you would need as a wizard, and fill up to a vast amount of spells here. And additionally, are not only difficult to destroy from mundane effects, but even most arcane will have a difficult time trying to sunder these pages.
Okay, I'm interested. How much would this cost?
Each one would probably run you, with discount, I would say I'd be willing to part for it for maybe 40 gold.
Okay. And I'm not certain if this is possible. This isn't really my area of expertise. How much would it cost to have this applied to my current tome? It does take time to...
Make a persuasion check.
Do I get advantage because I actually asked him his name?
Sure.
I'm random.
Good, because hey, guess what? -1.
15 twice. It's not bad.
Alright.
If you were to leave your tome with me for the night, I would be able to transfer all your spells into it by mid-afternoon tomorrow, and I would be willing to do it for free.
Very well. Owen hesitates for a moment, pulls out his purse, hands him 40 gold pieces, and his spellbook.
Now, would you only want the spells from your book, or is there an additional spell you're looking to add today?
Not today, but I would like to know the sort of variety you tend to carry.
Mostly enchantment, but I have a variety of spells, books, scrolls, and I even sell fallen mage tomes that you might be interested in.
I might just take you up on that offer in the next week or so. We're trying to fund a sort of expedition, as you might well guess, given where we're at. I'm something of the bookie for these gentlemen, and I'm trying to keep some of our funding together, so I can't just go spend my own money on things that I would like today. But I would like to ask a favor, and I'll pull out a couple more coins. I'll pull out 2 gold coins, and I hope this isn't an offensive amount. But like I said, I'm a man of small means, being my religious background, but I'm doing the best that I can. I would like for you to just jot down some notes for me of your inventory, given 2 particular areas of interest. I trust you. I think that you're a very intelligent man, that you would be able to do this well, and it'll save both of us some time.
Of course.
Wait, the thing he had offered you didn't want?
I already paid for it, and I gave him my spellbook.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He transferred, so until mid-afternoon the next day, he doesn't have his spellbook.
Yeah, I can't change my spells. Anything that I've already got memorized, I can use, but I can't use ritual magic or anything like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, first, the list. Are you interested?
Yes, of course.
I'll give him the 2 gold.
Okay.
The first list that I am most interested in is any of your items, potions, amulets, wands, or otherwise. Maybe 10 of them to save you some time. I don't know what you have in stock. Something for healing or preservation of life with a price quote. And for the second list, just what you might think, given our first meeting, the items that you have or will soon have that you think would be of interest to my companions.
Okay.
And DM, we can hash that out over the week.
Of course. Yeah.
I don't want to take up all your day.
It's all good. So, I think this is perfect. I can definitely get that to you, and when you come to pick up your spell book tomorrow, I will have that list ready for you.
Thank you very much. That should do me. I will see you tomorrow afternoon, sir. I look forward to it.
Well, thank
I'm
you.
actually quite excited. I've had prior journeys, but I've never been able to afford something like this. So this will be a nice upgrade for me.
I imagine for all of you, this might be a great moment in your adventuring careers. I do remember my first purchase, and I hope that you come back and we can continue this.
As Owen walks away, I slip him 10 gold and tell him to make sure he takes real good care of that spell book.
Oh, you slipped. You slip him 10 gold?
Yeah.
No need. I don't feel the. I don't imagine I am tempted to harm another wizard in such a.
No, I don't think you're harm. I just want to make sure you take, extra precautions. That's all.
I appreciate it, but I make a good living.
And
and he passes you 10 gold back. You might need it.
Before I want to go up to him and say, once again, thank you for this sword. It's very beautiful. piece of work. Thank you so much.
I hope it serves you well. Well, let me
I
know.
I hope the same.
Yes.
Actually, there was one more thing I thought I'd ask you. I suspect we will be keeping these items, and he'll pull out the seal that we just got from the melee. Are these of any sort of monetary value, or is this just show, essentially?
Which one's
The seal for the
What's
melee.
about Emblem of Victory that we got?
the Emblem of Victory should have a price on them.
It says 50 gold each.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't hear that part.
no, it's on the card.
It's in the journal.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
If you look in treasure, I'll be throwing in your magic items and stuff you've acquired in there with cards I've put together. So
Gotcha.
some of them will tell you the slot or the rarity and stuff that you can negotiate.
Got it. Perfect. Thanks. All right. I thought I just threw it in my inventory. I
No,
didn't
it's all
see that.
good. All
Sir,
good.
I'll see you in the afternoon, and Owen will actually just start walking out the door. Wait
Okay.
for everybody outside.
Yep. I'm done shopping.
Wait. Did we get him his knuckles? I would be willing to.
Do you want thoughts and prayers?
Yeah, I'd be willing to put in some funds towards that.
It was 300, right?
I have
Yeah.
I can spare about 100 gold.
I got 189.
I used 189. I have 30 gold, so that'd be 11. I could give you the 11 you need.
But I'll be broke after this. That's what I'm saying.
Well, do you want to get some more money and then we can go get your
Yeah.
prayers?
I want to get some more money, then I can buy thoughts and prayers.
I actually
I
wanted.
think. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask Alden about the sword. I know you said that you thought it was magical. Is there anywhere that you would know of to find out if it was truly in any way to bring back its magical power?
Well, that is the difficult part that I've struggled with for the last 5 or so years that I've had it. I have tried to enchant it, but every attempt has sort of been nullified, or maybe I'm just getting old. It seems to have something within it already, and maybe the heart of the forger itself, or the fire of some old magic, but we could always attempt something with more powerful spells. Very often people bring me weapons that they adore, and I can transform them into much more legacy items, if you want to call it that.
I see. It's just my interest is piqued because I don't know what kind of magic it has.
I think we should get your thoughts and prayers. I can spare the extra 15 gold, so you're not.
No, I'm fine. I can always come back for thoughts and prayers later.
No, I think we should get them today. So I thought down my 115 gold, and I asked for.
I understand your needs.
Tomorrow we are going to the Crucible again, correct?
Yeah, so I can make more money tomorrow.
Yeah, I can
Don't
get
worry
this.
about
But if we win because of these, this could be the difference.
That's true. It could help us in the arena.
Well, if you all are going to enter the arena again, we will have some time before the sign-ups. So why don't you sleep on it? I am not trying to turn away good business, but give it some time, more opportunity, and the next time you arrive, I will have things lined up for you that might be more custom for everyone, and you might find some things more tailored to your liking.
Could you point us in the direction of a potion?
A potion
seller?
shop.
Yeah, potion shop. Something with specifically healing potions.
Of course. If you turn around, you all turn around.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a. No, I'm joking.
As the
Uh-huh.
dwarf he turns around. Okay, now turn around one more time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's up?
Hi, I sell potions.
Okay, cool.
I like this guy.
Yeah, I like this guy too. He's comedic. What kind of health potions do you have?
I have of different rarities. I have regular, superior, and greater healing potions.
I would like to take regular. How much are regular?
I sell them for about 50 gold premium as per, but I would be willing to cut that in half with your discounts. So 25 gold apiece for.
Oh wow.
I'll take. You said 25 gold a piece. I'll take 4 of them. Wait, no, because I'll leave me with 89 gold. I'll take 2.
Okay. I only have 4 common at the moment, so 2 for you.
Yeah, I'll take 2.
Okay.
You have other ones superior, you said? How much are those?
The greater would be around 250 gold each.
Oh.
And then the superior are pushing around 800 gold.
Yeah, that's at the moment too rich for our blood, but I'll take the other 2. I'll take the other 2 regulars.
Okay.
If we buy in bulk, any additional discounts for buying all of them?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, and what are they called
right?
again? Common
doesn't hurt to
healing
ask.
potions?
Potion of healing. I will throw those in your treasures when I get a chance.
And then I 50 gold for 2, right? So
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
okay, I'm 111. So okay.
So, with that, and anything else you guys want to throw in and buy real quick?
Ready to buy anything else?
You guys have bought 4 potions. Don't forget to cut your gold from whatever you purchased. Sword, the tome, all that. And with that, you guys make your final conversations with Eldon and make your way back to the Thundering Lizard. And it is about...
So they step out the door,
Mhm.
and no one's just standing there and kind of double takes. Wait, you didn't get your knuckles?
Nah, I didn't get my knuckles. I can always wait on those.
Why not?
Nah,
Hold up. How much money do we have left?
I got 139.
I got 30.
So that's 160. Do we have another 140?
Well, if I use all, that would be all my gold if I gave.
Yeah, and that'll be all my gold.
Yeah,
I mean,
since we was about to hit.
You guys not having gold, I will point out, does not mean that you will not have a place to sleep or a place to eat.
That's true.
I know, but guys, can you just
But-
trust me? Just trust me.
As you're all having this conversation, and Dolder's just like, trust me, a
I will get them event.
simultaneous group of young Cholton boys cuts each one of your coin purses,
Oh.
and all 4 of them immediately run in 4 different directions. And that's where we're gonna take our break.
Okay.
What?
That's where we're gonna take our break.
Oh,
Now
break.
we're gonna chase a bunch of thieves.
Oh, I immediately start casting spells.
Fireball!
Absolutely. I'm sorry. No, sir. That's illegal.
Kill them all.
So,
I told you we should have bought the damn knuckles, because if we spent the money, we wouldn't have any money to steal.
They made a mistake of trying to rob a guy who got a new sword and wants to use it.
So, cut. All your pocket purses get slashed, and by the time you all turn around, you've already seen the opposite side of each of you, a young Cholton boy, starting to run in the opposite direction. What do you all do?
Brave Ross.
Give chase? I'll give one chase to somebody that's not being chased. She said there's 4. There's 4 of them and 4 of us. So I'm gonna try to make sure we.
So you
split
chase
up.
one boy?
Yeah.
Which boy do you chase?
Which,
Say, who had the most money? So I said we chase the one who had hit his purse.
Well, you don't have that much time to think. So, who is
yeah, the
chasing?
closest, whoever the
Immediately.
closest one to me. The one that cut my purse. I'll just go out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going after the one that hit me. That's it. Like this
Well-
is reflex. Somebody stole my fucking purse. They get a ray of
Yeah.
frost in the face.
Okay.
Yeah,
I do the same.
All
me
right.
too.
All four of you run in different directions, pursuing the person that stole your coin purse. Irvin heads north, Doldir east, Beldor west, Owen south. As you all start dispersing and trying to give chase to these kids, they're agile. They duck under other people. They start going into alleyways. I need all of you to make dexterity checks.
Straight up checks, acrobatics, or
Just dexterity checks.
That's it.
okay. Just making sure.
Okay.
Oh, not bad.
So,
It says save, but I don't
I'll give you
have
a-
any proficiency,
it'll
so
be
it'd be
the
the
same.
same.
So
How do you do the check?
check. You would just click the
There we go.
attribute.
Okay,
Click
I
the
clicked the
word
word
dexterity.
dexterity.
Yeah.
I got it.
actually literally highlighted. It turns red.
Yeah, I got it. I figured it out.
So, Owen and Beldor, you give chase to these kids and stay on their tail. You catch them going into alleys. They are rushing through, grabbing baskets and throwing them behind them, and going faster and faster. But the adrenaline and the need to keep your wits about you on this keeps you on check. You are not ahead of them by any means, but you have not lost them. Doldir and Irvin immediately, as you're starting to chase these kids, are being pushed into the crowd as people are moving in the opposite direction, pushing against you like a tide. Doldir, you don't get a good line of sight of the kids, and not knowing where they're going in this crowd hinders your ability to keep up. I need the both of you to make either your choice of a perception check or a athletics check to fight the crowd. Your choice.
Can I do acrobatics?
What would you do to have the acrobatics help you in this?
Start jumping around on different things to see the line of sight of kids, because I am small.
Okay, go for it.
You said me? Oh,
Dang it, man! I still got 8. Ain't helping.
22. So, Irvin, you start pushing people. You start throwing them out of your way. And as you continue to do so, more people part. Doldir, on the other hand, you you start jumping onto someone's merchant kiosk. And as you do, and you're on the top of it, you eventually have a bunch of people start grabbing you and pulling you down. Hey, get off my shop! And they start throwing you and bringing you back down, with no time to discern where this kid has gone. On the opposite end, Irvin, you've pushed and bulldozed through the crowd, and you see your the thief that robbed you. And as you do, he's starting to gain some distance on you, but you know where he is. He's taken a right down that street, and you can catch up to him. Back to Owen and Beldor, you are still on the hot pursuit. I need you both to make another set of dexterity checks, unless you have another action you want to try.
You call?
Owen and Beldor.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm thinking if I can think of an
I-
action that would help me, but I don't
I-
think there is.
I couldn't think of anything good quickly, so I'm just going for another dex check.
Okay.
Good still.
So with
I
that,
hate all of you.
so with that, the wizard and warlock continue to give chase. You slowly find that the kids are using the narrow alleyways and run into the street right as a triceratops starts running through. And as the crowd of people have parted, the kids run right under the legs. You continue to do so as well, unaffected by the fact that this creature could probably flatten the both of you. We're going back to Doldir and Irvin. Doldir, I need you as a monk to make a wisdom saving throw. As you calm yourself down, start to focus through the crowd, through the chaos. You regather yourself and your focus. You can catch them. You just have to stay focused. And you bring out a vial and start chugging. And as you do,
I need to get drunk.
and
You need the
after
train.
5 seconds, you feel revved up. You're going to be taking your next check with disadvantage, but you are still in this. So make me a dexterity check, please.
With disadvantage.
Okay.
17, 14.
14.
14,
14.
man.
You start rushing through the crowd. They start to fight you. You jump onto the wall, start monkey barring across someone's windowsill, get out of the crowd, and go right down one of the alleys. You start to go left and right. If he was heading north, there's only one other street he could be going down from what you've learned so far. And with time, you think you might catch up to him. Back to Irvin, your child that has already absconded with most of, if not all, your money, is running towards the dry harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a dexterity check to start catching up.
Dexterity check. No, not mine. Oh!
Ooh.
As
That's it.
you start running, and I mean football lineman, just you're gonna get that guy. You're gonna tackle him. You're gonna take that boy out. You start chugging down the street, and as you do, momentum starts to pick up, and momentum, and even if you're not willing to hurt this boy, as it is against your code, you will not stand by the fact that someone has stolen. It is an injustice. With that, you catch up to him within 10 feet. With that, Own and Bellador, you have not only continued to stay on track with them, you are about to catch your marks. What would you both like to do?
So, do we get to like describe the environment here?
Feel free.
All right. So, he keeps trying to duck in and out of various, rough terrain locations, right? He's this little kid. He can like run under the tables, whatever he needs to do. And I've picked out up ahead an area where it's congested, yes, but there's a lot of like different things you can trip on, and I fog cloud it,
Ooh,
and I just keep going.
nice.
when-
Make me an Arcana check with advantage. Nice.
Ooh.
So, as he's running, he eventually keeps looking back at you, and as he does, various moments his line of sight becomes more obscured. As eventually the fog cloud he ends up running straight into like a bullet. And as he does, the cloud does disperse momentarily, but with time, you eventually hear a tumble, a step, and a connecting of wood and body, and you feel it has definitely caused him to trip, and he's immobile.
I just
Bellador.
burst a cloud and I grab him.
Okay, you grab him. Bellador, you're up
How far away is this kid?
about 10, 15 feet, but you could easily catch up to him to get within melee with how fast you've been running if you wanted to.
Yeah. I'm going to run up to this kid and I'm going to. I don't want to like seriously hurt this kid. What I'm gonna do is draw my weapon and use the hilt of it to hit him in the back of the head.
Okay.
That way I wouldn't kill him, but he would still go down.
Make me an attack roll.
Alright, 1 second. Let me get there. Alright.
Okay. An 8. So with that, you are not going to hit the child. You will just miss. As you go and bring your weapon out, you go to swing at the back of the kid's head, and he's just too nimble. And you don't lose sight of him, but he does then gains a little bit more distance as your momentum has been cut a bit. With that, Irvin, you have caught up to the boy.
Yeah.
You are close. What do you want to do?
Try to tackle him, grapple him.
Okay, make me an athletics check.
This was gonna be the opposite. Not my luck. All right, here we go. That's not bad.
19.
That's really good, actually.
On his way to turn the corner, you go at an angle, jump forward, tackle the boy, arms around him, and bring him to the ground. Younger than you, weaker, he can't fight and resist this. You hold down on him until he eventually continues to ask you to let him go, but he's just a thief at this point. Doldir, you've lost sight. You have no idea where he went, but you know where he might be going. Your choice. What are you gonna do to catch up to him?
You there, Boulder?
I'm here. Sorry, my sister was talking to me. What?
Good.
So
It's your turn.
You're
What are you gonna do to catch up to this guy?
yeah. You don't know
By knowing-
exactly where he is, but you know where he might be going.
So I'll go to the spot where he might be going. But as I do, I take my hemp rope and just put it into my hands because I'm sort of gonna make like a lasso out of it.
Okay. So for now, make a dexterity check to keep the pace,
Okay.
and you'll have the rope ready. Okay.
22.
Nice. So you get out of the alleys, find yourself on one of the main streets, and as you do, you see that the boy is headed somewhat towards the merchant ward, or even to the old city. It's gonna depend on if he makes a left or a right. And as you continue to dash, he starts turning a left to Old City, and you're catching up to him, but you're still 15 to 20 feet away. Make me another dexterity check as he's trying to get out of Port Inzaro. 16. That'll be enough. You get within 10 feet of the boy with the rope now finally taut, and you have your lasso. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna toss it. I'm gonna lasso the dude.
All right. Make me an attack roll with base. I would say an improvised attack, so just roll a d20
D20.
plus your dexterity. So whatever your dexterity is.
So that'd be a 9.
Okay. So with a 9, you do throw the rope, but it doesn't go far enough. And as it fails to meet the kid and you're catching up, you start wrapping it back around your arm for another go. But the kid then turns left into Old Town and is running towards the ziggurats where you met Tavin. He will most likely get lost in this crowd if you do not catch him now.
Gotcha. I'm gonna do it one last time. Can I?
Feel free. You have anything else you want to try? It's up to you.
I mean, what else can I? I mean,
Do you have any key points?
no, I don't have it because I used my last 2 key points
Okay.
in because
Say-
we haven't taken a short rest.
Say please.
Use please points.
These points, and I don't have any.
Ask him his
inspiration.
name.
Ask. I can't think. I'm gonna go for another try of throwing the rope.
Okay. Go ahead. D20 plus your 3.
Please let this work. 19 plus my 3, so 22.
That'll hit. You throw the rope and you get him around the arm. And as he tries to pull, you stop hard and just tug on him. You don't even care at this point, and you bring the kid straight down. And like a panicked creature, he just starts reeling about and rustling through the dirt and the refuge that is in the outer city. A bunch of people see this, but don't really intervene, but are watching as you then reel this kid in.
Can I hog tie him?
Absolutely. Make an athletics check.
Oh, let's go. What do you?
As everyone is watching, you hog tie this kid with his feet and his arms behind his back, and remember that time you bought that apple and never ate it, and shove it right in his mouth.
Fruit. I can take my I can take my coin purse back
Take
now, right?
anything you want.
I'll take my coin purse back. Oh man, this is hilarious.
I take his virginity.
No, Whoa.
Oh!
This is what you deserve.
I can't believe that actually worked. Hog tie the fool.
So with that, you get him tied, and you think of Owen's dark humor, and omit it from your memory banks.
Yeah, that's not happening.
And looking at the kid, he's dirtied, but you take the coin purse, put it back on you try to put it back on, but you realize it's been cut, so you're gonna need some to restitch. You're gonna need more fabric, or you're gonna need to restitch it together.
Yeah.
But looking around at the crowd, people looking at you, at first, they stop, and then they disperse and walk away, uninterested. And you've all, one by one, reclaimed your stolen property.
Whew.
Oh. What a day.
That I mean, we're still all separated, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? I would like to drag this kid back to the Thundering Lizard.
Okay. Make me a strength check.
Gotcha.
14. With time, you do bring him back to the Thundering Lizard.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Once I've got my money back,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to. Once I get my money back, are there any like guards or anything around?
Yes. With time, you've brought the kid down, and the Cholton guard eventually come to the aid of you.
I'm gonna hand the kid over to the guard and explain what happened.
Okay. The Choltons take the boy, grab him by the scruff, and tie his hands behind his back, and they bring them the child with them, and offer their thanks.
So, what's that? I'm gonna need to fix this now, aren't I? Because it was cut as well.
Mm-hmm.
We all gonna have to fix it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna start making my way back to the Thundering Lizard.
Okay. So you make your way back to the Thundering Lizard. Doldir, Bellador, Irvin, and Owen, what are you up to?
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna look for a guard.
My fucking money back.
I get my money back. We already got that.
Guard. I knocked the kid once on the head with my quarterstaff. Not to kill him or anything, not to hurt him. Just like, fucking
like that.
moron. Here's your wooden spoon. It's what you get. And then I leave him there in the dirt.
Okay. With that, you all eventually find yourselves walking back alone to the Thundering Lizard. Some of you with boy in tow. And
It's a weird thing to say.
and
I mean, tell you, I'm literally just dragging him.
Yeah,
as
You're
you
literally dragging a kid.
as you all get back and one by one acknowledge that each one of you did get your coin purse back, a dwarf dragging his luggage over his back walks into the bar.
Oh,
Huh? What you got there, buddy?
Let me tell you something. I am tired, but this was worth it. I got my money back, and I got a kid.
Why don't you sit down and have a drink, pal?
Oh, a drink is what I truly need. Bartender, one drink, please.
Someone take care of that kid, please.
Okay.
Cut purses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I caught
Makes
one to
sense.
question him.
Okay.
Speaking of which, do you have 4 pouches that you
Yeah.
might throw on our tab that we paid for?
Of course. I'll leave them
Thanks.
in your room, so that way when you get a chance, you can go on.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You're gonna want to try the chainmail purses. Much harder to cut, made of
Oh,
dense
that'd be a
leather,
good idea.
dinosaur
That would
hide,
be a good.
steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I
We'll
definitely
get
like
to
that.
that.
No, of course. Yeah.
So, what is your plan with this kid, by the way? What are you gonna do with him?
Yes,
I
I
have
agree.
I have a couple of questions for this kid because apparently he wasn't working alone. So
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
all,
tell him.
all
I'm gonna
four of
tell
us.
him.
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna ask him where his boss is, or if he works for anybody.
Okay.
So basically, I go to a table. Are we all sitting at a table?
Should take them back to your room. Have some
No.
privacy.
That is not
Okay,
happening.
hey, I'm out. I'm out. Okay.
He said, I'm out. Yeah, I ain't doing that. No, but
What?
We all arrest Own.
yeah.
Someone call the guards.
So, kid, I use intimidation to so kid. What makes it a good idea to cut all of our pouches? Where's intimidation at? Where is it at? Where is that?
Can I assist him?
How?
Cause I'm just gonna stand behind him, pull one of my daggers out, and just like that, put it like on the table, like right next to the kid. Be like, you're lucky it was just us. You're lucky that because it was just him instead. You'd be a lot more trouble if it was all of us together.
All right. That'll work. Intimidation with advantage.
Just trying to help you out.
Wow.
Good thing I helped.
As he looks at the knife and the table, and he looks at all of you, he gives a grin and spits right in Dolder's face.
That's never happened before. I'm used to getting spit on because I'm always drinking with other people. Anyway, so kid, who do you work for?
I work for myself.
Oh, cool. You're in prison by yourself as well.
So do you normally just try to steal money from people to survive?
Every Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
So the everyday.
Like less than that order.
I know. I know what I said.
Anyways, I don't
Yeah,
think we're gonna get anything useful. Let's just give him over to the guards.
Yeah, let's just give him over to the guards. He ain't gonna give us anything useful.
I'll go outside and get a guard. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Go out.
I don't feel like
Grab
wasting
a guard. They arrest the kid.
Hey, before I leave, I was like, maybe don't have him hogtied because that looked like you're the criminal in this situation.
Nah, that hog tie was to humiliate him. Because everybody would look at this short dwarf man is pulling a child to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want him to feel humiliation.
Okay,
And
I'll go get the guard. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
I'll go outside and find a guard.
Within 5 minutes, you find a guard who takes the hog-tied kid, and they put him over their backs like luggage and take him to the prison.
Question: How much rope do I have left?
The same amount. Oh wait,
Oh.
you gave him the hog tie. Yeah, so
Yeah, the hog tie.
You would have had to use your hempen rope up to a point, maybe about 15 feet of it.
15 feet. Okay.
Yeah, so I think the hempen rope is 60 feet or something.
Yeah, so I'm at 45.
Yeah. So, with that, all of you gathered together. You won in the Coliseum. You got some magic items. You were robbed and then unrobbed.
Dilly.
And with that, the tavern keeper looks around and goes, "At least we can start the night right. Drinks all around. First one's on the house."
Hey.
Dilly dilly.
Hey.
Hey,
Mhm.
what a day, guys! What a
Hey.
day!
What a
I-
day.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I still need a rest.
Yeah, I need a rest too.
Yeah, let's. Actually, I'm kind of good. I just need the rest to get my abilities back. So.
I think I'm gonna
I'll
call
be
it a night.
honest.
I'm kind of. I pull away my hand where I was holding my. I kind of bleeding a little bit. I got blood on my hands.
Out of character, I was half hoping that the kid would pull out a fucking knife and stab me. The Paladin just drops in the road, gets away with all your gold.
Oh,
Somebody else steals all the rest
you
of your
are
shit.
so cold, bro. I thought we was friends.
There was an alternative that something like that may have happened, but
Yeah.
you guys rolled it pretty well and did a good job.
Ooh, thank
We
you.
we did not have to kill any kids. This is a good sign.
I mean, I wasn't gonna kill no kids anyway. I was like,
No,
what
I
the-
wouldn't. No, but accidents happen.
So, with
Anyway,
But-
so.
So
I
for
think
me, what I would do after a couple of drinks, I decided to just call it a night and head in and go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go rest.
I think I will do the same.
So, you all find yourselves turning in a little early tonight after a very long and impactful day because a lot's happened. And with that, you all will spend the next 8 hours sleeping. You'll gain your hit points back. You'll gain your spell slots back if you've expended any. Hit dice restored to half of whatever you've used. If you used one, you get one back. If you use two, you get one back still. Anyway, eventually, after a good night's sleep, unaccosted, you all wake up the next day, nice in the morning, with meals prepared, drinks on hand, and the new day will be yours. What are your plans?
As soon as I wake up, I cast Mage Armor on myself.
As you wish.
He's
I-
learning.
I know, right?
Yeah, good job.
He's
yeah.
learning.
That's awesome. Yeah, good.
Hey, I don't need to use a spell slot to use the spell. I'm gonna use it as much as I want.
There you go.
There
Nice.
you go.
That's learning, man. Is there a way to like do a long rest where everything resets on its own, or after you manually?
No, sir.
I don't know. I just manually did it.
You have to manually do it in Roll20.
I'm so used to D&D and Beyond where you can hit like long rest and it just.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Nice.
boomer.
All right. Yeah. I'm on the cusp. I'm actually on the cusp. I'm a millennial, barely.
So, what would you all like to do today? I would say today is a good time to plan before we get wrap it up. If you guys want to talk about your plans and
Damn it! It goes so fast.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it does.
That's what she said. Damn it.
Let's go to the temple today.
Yes, Tim.
We can do that early, and then we
Yeah.
can go by
Getting
the Colosseum.
distracted to do that. Wait,
We
do
have we have potions. I have two. I didn't put those in my inventory.
We all
I-
got. Did we all get the chainmail coin purses?
No, we'll have to get that.
Yeah, I want to get one of those so we don't get robbed as easy again.
How much are they? We don't know how much they are though.
No.
You're gonna have to find them.
So yeah, we'll do that on the way to.
Yeah, we can. If we can look around on the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I
I
guess.
gotta do two regular healing potions, right? So, what do I do? I go to the equipment and then add, or?
Yeah, so you can add healing potions into your items part where like you had the great sword and your items and stuff.
So how you
but
do that?
I'll
You-
additionally add the cards into your treasure when I get some time.
Okay.
Normally I actually have every single card, like it took me like fucking days to make them, but when I made my new computer, I did not save any of that. So I've got
Deleted your browser history? Why?
no, not that. Would never. Cookies are important. But yeah, so your plans are you want to go to the temple. You guys do want to do the Colosseum again, yes?
Mhm.
I
And-
personally do,
I
but
think
don't
that's a big winner.
Yeah,
Let's go to the temple first, though.
Yeah, let's do the temple first.
okay.
yeah, I agree with that.
And then you also want a good list of the magic items you guys are interested in.
Yeah.
So
We should go get your spellbook before we go to the Coliseum.
Yeah.
It won't be done until afternoon. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
So, looking at it, Doldir, you're cool with thoughts and prayers.
Yes.
Is there any other things you are particularly looking for as something you're interested in?
I mean, the other stuff that I sort of want, like, clothes and stuff, they're expensive, and like I can't wear, because with unarmored movement, I can't wear nothing higher than leather, right?
Can't wear anything. I thought.
To be honest, I don't know. Let's find out.
Oh,
So,
Spider.
what you have is unarmored defense, which is while wearing no armor and not wielding a shield, your AC equals 10 plus your dex plus your wisdom.
Okay, so I can wear leather.
So
No,
No.
leather's armor still, so nothing.
Oh.
So you
Wear
can
clothes.
wear armor, but the downside is that you would not gain the benefit of unarmored defense.
You don't have proficiency in armor either.
Oh, he does not. That's true. He does not
Yeah.
have proficiency in
So
armor.
you take minuses for wearing armor. But what you can look for is stuff like bracers of armor, magic items, rings of protection,
Yeah.
cloaks. Those will add to your
Technically,
armor.
I think
without-
mithril. You don't have the proficiency to wear mithril. So you could probably do that if you want to. but
Well,
I would say-
as a dwarf, I do have proficiency. Well, I don't get slowed by heavy armor. Never mind.
Whoa.
Well,
dwarf?
the other armors don't slow you. The heavy armor's the only one that does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're
so
looking
basically,
for more defense in
Yeah.
general. So that's fine. So we can work on that.
Yeah.
Irvin, you're looking
Yeah.
for actual armor in general to be part of your character, right?
Yeah, that or honestly, like I said, it's just more to see. So if it's armor or if it's a ring, but you said the rings are expensive, so a ring or cloak or anything
More,
I can get.
yeah,
from
the
a
more
bow.
rare the magical property or the arm or like the enchantments, the more expensive things are gonna get. But there are definitely a lot of affordable stuff out there, especially with your discount.
I don't remember, but I thought like a green was around 3 to 5 hundred gold. I thought something around there. I don't remember.
Yeah, it depends on the rarity, but we'll get to that. So I just want to spitball some things that I can have, lined up for you guys, so that way we can have more of a list. And then
Yeah.
Bellador.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be more survival, so that way I throw out heals or whatever, because I'm no. So
Right.
I just want to try to survive as much as possible, so I can help.
Well, I also do there. I mean, in the game, in general. But there's also a lot of potions like in consumables I can bring up to you guys, scrolls and potions.
Yeah.
All right. So Bellador.
I'm kind of interested in finding out more about the sword I bought, see if I can find ways to either draw out its magical properties or make it a magical weapon.
Okay.
But besides that, my armor isn't really good for it because I'm just gonna keep casting mage armor on myself, so I don't really have to worry about that too much.
Mm-hmm.
I have a spell that helps add to armor as well, which I could use if needed. You.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I add the
Besides that-
plus 2 AC.
So, yeah.
but-
Mainly just find out about the sword I bought. So for the time being.
Okay. And Own.
I'll message you stuff that I'm interested in if you don't mind.
Okay. That's all good.
All right, thanks.
All right, no problem. So with that, hope you guys had a lot of fun. If
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. I went fast, so that means I had fun. So
Yeah.
It really went by faster than I thought it did.
yeah.
Good, I'm glad. I'm hoping that we can keep moving, the campaign forward like this. I think you guys.
Did we get to level it soon-ish with all this fighting
Nope.
and different things?
There-
I was hoping. I was waiting for it. I was like, ah!
Very soon, actually.
Damn it!
Very soon.
Maybe after
We should have killed the kids. Ah!
No.